Hey everyone, Cal Ewing here. I was just recently looking at purchasing a first lien mortgage note in Massachusetts on this property here. It's a property that overlooks a lake in a nice quiet Massachusetts town. The borrower passed away quite a few years ago, has some heirs that were, I'm not sure if they were in conflict over the property, but the property's been sitting vacant for quite some time now. And so I had my bid accepted to purchase this property. And basically purchase the note secured to the property. And basically my plan was to buy it and then complete the foreclosure process, which has just barely been started by the previous lender that owned this note. This note was transferred through numerous lenders and investors over the past couple of years. And no one ever ended up completing the foreclosure. So my plan was to purchase it at a pretty decent discount. I think it was like 70 cents on the dollar, and then complete the foreclosure. Okay, so the reason I'm shooting this video though is I wanted to show the importance of getting a broker price opinion done before you buy a note as part of your due diligence process, or have someone that you trust take a look at the property, do a drive-by, and send back photos and videos of the property if you don't live in that market and can't get there yourself. Okay, so this is Google Street View. This is what the property looked like from the street. Overgrown, but looked decent. It looked like it was in decent condition. Didn't look awful. Okay, so it was good enough for me based on the value of the property and the way the numbers looked. I felt like I could easily foreclose on this and sell it at the auction. Okay. My goal with this one is not to take ownership as an REO and then have to renovate it and that kind of thing. So what I did though is I was first going through the seller's files. So the previous owner of the note, they had a bunch of broker price opinions on file. They actually had like 3 or 4 of them on file. None of them mention this one detail, and I'm going to share with you in a second. But I got my own broker price opinion done, which is a opinion of value by a real estate agent in the area who actually goes to the property and assesses the outside external conditions. So they don't look at the inside because they don't have access to it, but they look at the outside of the property and the condition of it, and then they compare it to recent sales in the area of similar homes and then recent active listings. Okay. So this is what I found out after sending and doing my own BPO. Okay, this is directly from my BPO report right there. Fire damage under one of the photos, and it also mentioned replacing fire damage siding as one of the expenses that would need to be done to the property. Okay, so what you couldn't really tell that well from the Google Street View, and what none of the other recent broker price opinions that were conducted on this property, there was one in 2023 that was done, and then another one in 2017, and maybe it wasn't burnt in 2017, but in 2023 it was, and it didn't mention there's like a hole there. This has all been fire damaged. So I have no idea if this was just a small, I don't know, an attic fire or what the heck happened in there. But it's enough to scare me off. I do not want to be buying a note and then eventually foreclosing, investors in the area seeing the damage and not wanting to bid on the property, and then suddenly this property's mine. I live on the other side of the continent and I got to deal with a fire damaged property. Okay, so that's just not my forte. There might be some, there might be still a good deal here for someone that wants to take on this kind of project and renovate and fix a fire damaged home, but I stay away from fire damaged properties. It's not what I want to be doing as a note investor, dealing with that kind of stuff. So needless to say, I backed out of this deal because I saw this. And the owner that currently owns a note, they were like, oh my gosh, we didn't even know. We're going to have to adjust our pricing and send this out to our potential list of buyers at a way different price point. So I was able to back out of the deal because of this. But if I would have just trusted the 2023 broker price opinion that the note holder had done and provided to me and said, that's good enough, it's recent enough, I'm going to just trust that value that they gave me and move forward in buying the note, I would have missed this. So any of you note investors out there or real estate investors, even if an appraisal or a broker price opinion or something is provided by whoever's selling the asset, make sure you go and get the work done yourself as well to verify. Okay, so that's the moral of this story for you.